Hello, ladies and gents. I am in the kitchen working on my New Year's resolutions. Cue misogynistic comments. No, I used to love, my mom and I swear, were always making cookies and brownies and all different kind of baked goods growing up. And ever since I moved away, I really kind of lost touch with baking because at one point it was just me. And I'd sometimes bake for myself and then I just have to bring it to work and it just kind of felt like a waste. Then I moved in with Brian. We did a little bit of baking, but he just loves to cook. So we mainly do cooking and then he just mainly started doing all the cooking. So I decided I want to do cooking and baking, but today we are taking out of my family's collection of recipes, which is a collection of friends and families, and making pineapple upside down cake. But the only stressful thing with this is this is my grandma's recipe and it calls for an electric frying pan. Who owns one of those? My mother, and probably my grandmother did, but I guess that's gonna have to go on the running registry. So for right now, I softened the butter. I realized I did not melt it. Sorry, Brian moved. Oh, he moved things around the other day, so now I don't know where anything is. Anyways, I have this in here. Hopefully you can see it. Melting butter in this cake pan. Should have just melted it in the microwave. Didn't think about it. Is this a good idea? Probably not. But we're going with it. If you are new to the baking world and you're baking with brown sugar, listen to the recipe when it says you need to really pat it down. Like this isn't just like flour or whatever that it just will settle. You have to push it into the cup. Like this still is not full. I have to still take more and then compress it. And then once I'm like actually at that 1 cup marker is when we'll be ready. But luckily with this kind of like measurement thing, that this is just gonna be for the ooey gooey top, I can also add some more on. So for right now, and for the sake of me not getting it everywhere, there's my compressed brown sugar. We will put that to the side until the butter is melted. I really thought I was gonna have to run down to the Sevi because we do not use vegetable oil very often. We're an olive oil household. And this says, oh God, hopefully this is enough. 1/3 cup of oil. Okay, yeah, this is plenty. This is making me realize if I wanna start baking more, I'm gonna need to buy more vegetable oil. Okay. All right, the butter is melted. So we're gonna take her out of the oven. There's still like, and swish it around. I can see that there's still like a tiny bit of that pad of butter left, but there, it's like gone. And the instructions say to make sure you really like coat the edges. So I had a spatula in front of me. Make sure the edges are coated with the butter. I think that's to really make sure, you know, the non-slip property here. But also the butter and the brown sugar are a very big component to this whole thing because without the top of your pineapple upside down thing, it's just cake. It's just sweet cake. I am taking and mixing the brown sugar and the butter up. Yeah, I see where this would be easier with the electric frying pan. All right, now we are going to lay down the pineapples. And remember, these are pineapples in juice, So I'm gonna take my little beep. Did you guys wanna see what that looks like? Since I like patted it down, I can show you, give me a second. This is one of my favorite features of this thing. Little lever. Whoop. Okay, of course this isn't working when I wanna show it to everyone. All right, so before I put this on here, I'm gonna attempt to show you. I would move the tripod, but I have to be very strategically placed. What is happening? Can you see that? The butter is like dripping, so I don't wanna, okay. So then basically, we're gonna take the pineapple. Some people say to dry the pineapple. I don't think I ever saw my mother take and pat her pineapples down. Pretty sure we've always just kind of slapped them on there. There you go. Pineapples. In one of the recipes I saw, it did say to put the juice to the side, but I don't believe that calls for in here. Flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, oil, milk, vanilla, egg. Beat for 2 minutes, put on top of the brown sugar. Change temperature. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah, no. So, I mean, I'll probably just leave that juice for me to drink. Maybe I'll put a little bit of it in the batter. We'll see. Make sure if you're making this, baking powder, not soda powder. There is a large difference. I can't explain it right now because honestly I can't remember, but I just know large difference. Does anyone actually like truly measure salt? It says half a teaspoon and I like feel like I just know what half a teaspoon looks like in my hand. Also, look at my salt and pepper shakers. They're hugging penguins. If you want to know my weird collective obsession, it's salt and pepper shakers. We'll get into that another day. Okay, this is one thing that I am a little bit nervous about, is that I use lactate-free milk and it does call for, I believe it said half a cup of milk. So hopefully the lack of lactose doesn't make a difference. Hopefully. Nothing really sets me into a panic attack like when I can't find my frickin' vanilla and I know I have a large container of vanilla and I don't know if I moved it or if Brian moved it. So I can't even like be angry at anyone because I don't know. No, the way that I'm gonna fight him. Who put this down here? I mean, yeah, it's giant. When did we buy this much vanilla? Did he buy this? Who bought this? Is this right? Imitation vanilla flavor? Okay, I thought I had a smaller bottle of vanilla, but sure. It's gonna be one of those moments that he's gonna come home because I'm surprising him. He doesn't know I'm doing this. He's gonna come home and I'm gonna be like, hey, what happened to my normal sized bottle of vanilla? And he'll probably just pull it out of somewhere. All right, I'll actually measure this because with such a large bottle of vanilla, I don't want to mess that up. It's just a teaspoon. I can usually eyeball a teaspoon of vanilla pretty well, but, and also I know someone's gonna say, you should be using higher scale vanilla, blah, blah. We cook like normal people here, okay? I'm not a professional baker, thank you. Just for like funsies, just a little bit. I don't want to add too much because I don't want to make that like too liquidy. Now, usually I would be using my mom's KitchenAid, or it's my KitchenAid, but it was originally hers. It's like 30 years old. It's green. It's phenomenal, but I just don't feel like pulling it out and doing everything. So my step-grandma gave me this hand mixer a long time ago, so we're just gonna whip it real good. Hopefully you can just see from where you are, because that's what's happening. Pretty sure I'm just supposed to pour this over, right? Yeah. Does anybody else get like super anxious about like this kind of thing? I do. And then I'm just going to attempt to evenly pour this over. I can't wait. I hope this comes out good because I can't wait to send my mom a picture of a square pineapple upside down cake. Pineapple upside down cakes are traditionally round. Okay. Let me show you. Here's what we're working with. Look at all the butter. And she should, yep, she's cooled now. So we're popping her in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes. I am gonna rotate on the 10-minute mark because I do not have a convection oven. So wish me luck. We'll be back when it's done. Okay, I'm pretty hyped. I just pulled it out, still bubbling, so we have to wait for it to completely cool and then we get to flip it. I'm so excited. Okay, I am going to just go for it. We're just going to go for it. It is cool. Ready? 1, 2. Oh, bottom is still hot. Bottom is still hot. And I put all my spatulas away, so looks like it dropped. Padding for good measure. It worked. It worked. Brian doesn't know what I made yet. Look at what I made.
The old razzle dazzle. What is it?
Pineapple upside down cake.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. You didn't even know what it was.
Look at those things.
Yeah. All right. Be honest with me. Go for it.
Yeah.
Is it actually good? Don't just be nice to me.
No, this is great.
Yay. First try. Worked well.